All right, so you're making a move to Baltimore, Maryland, and you're not ready to purchase a home just yet. Guess what? There are options that you have available to you. In this video here today, we're gonna go over all of the steps that you need to know about renting a place in Baltimore, Maryland. In addition to that, I'm gonna cover some of my favorite areas that I love to help folks rent homes in. So stick around. We're getting started with it right now. What is going on, everyone? It's Adam Taylor back again with another video all about living here in Maryland. Today, we are looking at renting a property in the city of Baltimore. We're gonna go over the requirements that you need to meet, share with you some areas that we've helped and assisted other people in renting, and then also how my team and I can help you out in your transition here to Baltimore. So with that said, let's look at the requirements and what most of these landlords are looking for. All right, so the first requirement that many of the landlords are looking for is for you to have good credit. Now, the typical score that I'm seeing, kind of like industry standard that you need to meet, is about 680. Many of the landlords, that's what they want, 680 or greater. I have seen them go down to a credit score of 600, but that's on a case-by-case basis. Now, for those of you that may have limited credit or recently graduated college and really haven't set up a lot of items with credit or have any credit cards, don't sweat it. There's ways to get around things, because you can build what's called an alternative credit report. You can have your cell phone payment verified. You can have your car insurance verified, those sorts of things. So don't fear. Those of you that, like I said, recently graduated college, we got you. We can help you navigate that process. The second thing that they're looking for is for you to gross in your pay 3 times the rent that you're going to be paying. So let's just use easy numbers here to make math very simple for us. Say your rent is $2,000 per month. Your income would need to be $6,000 gross each and every month. That's what they're going to look at on your pay stub. So keep that in mind. And then the next thing is if you are bringing fur babies with you, meaning you're bringing pets with you, you really got to find the true and hidden costs that you're going to have to pay, because let's face it, you're going to get charged a pet deposit more than likely. Oh, by the way, you're going to severely limit the number of rentals that you're going to be able to see, because many landlords, they don't want pets, period. So you're gonna have to pay that pet deposit, just like I talked about. Now, in some of these other complexes, you're gonna have to pay something that's called pet rent, and that's typically $40 to $50 more per month per pet if you are allowed to have pets at the property. So you gotta budget that on in. Now, one way that I have seen folks navigate having to pay these fees or being able to get a pet in that typically the landlord would not allow is by making your pet what they call an emotional support animal or support animal in some capacity. Now, you can Google this, but it is something that many of my clients have used with success, and that will allow you to, in most cases, bring your pet with you no matter where you decide to rent. So now that you know the requirements to rent a place in Baltimore, let's look at what your needs are. Now, the first thing that I want to tell you is what you need to expect to pay in rent, okay? Because the average rent in Baltimore is almost $1,600, and that's just for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. Typically, where I'm seeing most folks sort of end up with things, and they're getting like 2-bedroom, 2-bath places, is around that $2,000 or more per month range, okay? Anywhere from like $2,000 to $2,700 is typically what I'm seeing out there. But when you're looking at a place, we need to go beyond the bedrooms and baths and figure out truly what your needs are. We do the same process when helping you find a home. And the best example I can give of this, one recent one, is I helped Katie. Katie was moving up here from Florida to do her doctorate program at the University of Maryland at Baltimore. And she needed a safe place where she could bring her dog and be very close to the school where she's going to be doing a lot of her work. Now, what was great about it is we found a place for her right across Pratt Street. She literally had to walk out of her front door across the street to get to the building that she needed to get to. She needed a safe area for her dog. She had to take it out in the middle of the night, and they had a little dog park right in the center. She didn't even have to leave the building. She could stay right in the complex in this courtyard. The dog was able to get out and do its business, and this was a perfect match for her. And the place that she found was so unique. Beautiful views of the city and footsteps from Oriole Park at Camden Yards and other places. So this is how it works, my friends, when we take the time to look at your needs. So that's just one example, but you got to think about how you're going to get around town. Are you going to have a car here? Are you not going to have a car? Are you going to be relying on public transportation? Are you going to bring a bike? Those sorts of things. So if you need public transportation, guess what? You're going to need to be near a bus or a train line or subway stop. Second thing, amenities, all right? What do you need the place to offer you? Maybe you just need on-site laundry. Great, you've got that. But some people want a gym there. Some people want swimming pools, dog parks, whatever it might be. You've got to really list out the amenities that you're looking for so that we can find the perfect place to make it a match for you. After that, you've got to look at things to do. What do you like to do when you're not working or going to school? Do you like to go to sporting events? Do you like to go to concerts? Do you like to just walk to coffee shops? Really try and look at what you like to do, because naturally we want to find you a place where you can do a lot of the things you love right out your front door. And then the last thing that I think is paramount is your safety. Just as I mentioned with Katie, she's single, female, in Baltimore City, needs to take her dog out at night. She doesn't want to go out wandering city streets. She needed a safe and secure place. So we also need to take that into account for you as well and make sure you're comfortable. Now, with that said, there are thousands of places for rent in Baltimore, and my team and I are happy to show you those places, but please know that if we feel that this place is unsafe, we are not going to put ourselves in harm's way, nor will we do that for you, because we have a fiduciary responsibility to let you know, hey, this is the local insight as to what we're seeing going on in that particular part of town. That's our job. We're here to help you and give you local knowledge that you may not know coming in from out of town. Real quick, if you are finding value in this video so far, I would greatly appreciate your help and support in growing this channel by doing just a quick and small favor for me. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button down below. It's the one that looks like a thumbs up, just like this. See it? It's right down below. Click that like button for me. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns that you want to have answered publicly, drop those comments down below. We'd love to help you out. And more importantly, a lot of folks that are locals here in the Baltimore area, they chime in and say, hey, you know what? I used to live in that area. This is what you need to look for, et cetera, et cetera. So all of that, drop those comments down below, because we love reading them and we love creating conversations here about the great city of Baltimore. So with that said, let's get back into it, because guess what? Now we're at the stage where we can get out and start looking at places. All right, now the fun begins and we get to get out there and start looking at places, because you got the requirements checked off. We've kind of have an idea of what you're looking for and what we're going to do in our Zoom call. And oh, by the way, if you haven't booked your Zoom call, book that Zoom call right now. Just hit pause on the video and come back to it. We'll wait. All right, now, once you're on the Zoom call with us, we're gonna pull up the multiple listing service on the other screen and share a screen with you. And we're sort of gonna go through, start looking at these houses virtually with you, which is sort of exciting. And from there, we're gonna shorten down the list and really make a target list of what we wanna show you and get out there and start seeing the property. Now, the areas that we typically help folks purchase homes in are the areas that we typically help folks rent homes in. So you're looking at areas like Canton, Patterson Park, Brewers Hill, Fells Point. You're gonna see some right in the downtown Inner Harbor, Otterbein, Locust Point, Federal Hill, up north in Mount Washington, as well as Mount Vernon. These are all areas that we help and service and have done it for years, quite frankly, in helping folks get set up. Now, I also want to give you some of the apartment complexes that we've placed folks with. These are fabulous places that are filled with amenities, I'm telling you. So you're gonna wanna check these places on out. So up north in Mount Washington, brand new spot called the Woodbury is fantastic. It's right off of Cold Spring Lane. It's right near Loyola College. The lofts at the Yard 56 are over by Bayview Hospital, sort of in that Highlandtown area. And that's a fantastic spot. I couldn't believe it when I went out and showed Frank and Brenda places over there. They actually ended up purchasing a place, but it is just completely built up and it's beautiful as to what they're doing. Now, if you're to look in Brewers Hill, sort of that Canton area, the Domain is a great spot. My sister used to actually rent an apartment there. It was a beautiful spot. The Porter and the Lucy are other great spots. Now, if you were to head over towards Federal Hill, the Anthem House is fantastic. And one last one is 414 Light Street, right in the Otterbein area, just before you get to Federal Hill. It is beautiful, and my goodness, my friends, look, some of the best views that you will see in the entire city of Baltimore. All right, so with that said, my friends, look, here's the next steps. It's for you to reach out and connect with us. Again, my team and I, we are here to help and assist you with your transition here to Maryland. So please give us a call, shoot us a text message, send us an email, or better yet, like I said, this is the third time now, book that Zoom appointment using the link down in the description below, because we want to help you out when making your move to Maryland. Now, before you go, I want you to check out this next video right here. This is your next step in learning more about living here in Baltimore. Until the next video, my friends, take care. We'll catch up with you soon. And remember, my team and I, we've got your back from Baltimore down the bay all the way to the beaches of Ocean City, Maryland. We got you covered. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.